Hey, come here. No, for real, come here. That JSU defense said they won't smoke with everybody, good buddy. On God. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the CFL podcast. Now, y'all, the Orange Blossom Classic has came and has went. Now we got to talk about it. Because I want to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of Jackson State in the Orange Blossom Classic yesterday. Not FAMU. FAMU's video will be tomorrow. We're going to talk strictly Jackson State right now, all right? So, first we're going to start with the good. Shedeur Sanders played really well. If I had to grade him, I'd give him a B-. And I'm not going to go higher than that, and I'm going to tell you why when I get to the bad. But if you watch the game, I'm pretty sure you know why. Touchdown, and he averaged 9.2 yards an attempt on his completions. Not bad at all. As a matter of fact, when he stood in that pocket and he looked more composed than Rashawn McKay did. He looked more composed than a 4-year quarterback. Not even though Rashawn wasn't a starter, but he looked more composed than a guy who's been there and done that, who at least has some experience, way more experience than Shedeur does. He was more composed than his receivers. His receivers looked like they were a little nervous at first, but not him. But he came out and he did well. He threw the ball with such accuracy. I was thoroughly impressed. He put the ball where no one else could get it each and every time. Even when he didn't complete the pass, the DB had no way of making a play on any of his passes. And that's what you love to see from a young quarterback. You love to see that he's not trigger happy because the rush is getting to him. You love to see that he can take the hit, get up, and still make the throw. There was even a couple of throws where he stood in the pocket, he took that hit, and he delivered a bomb, and I mean a dart to Trevonte Rucker, who I'm also going to talk about in this video. He delivered a straight dart to Trevonte Rucker. And again, he put it in a place where only Trevonte Rucker could get it. That is so impressive, okay? And then there was another play where he stood in the pocket. I don't think he took a hit with this one, but it was another big play to Trevonte Rucker. He looked off the safety. It was clear he knew where he was going once you look at the replay, but he looked off the safety and he made the throw. Overall, as a passer, I was thoroughly impressed with Shedeur Sanders. The reason why I can't give him higher than a B- is because of his mistakes that I'm going to talk about when we get to the bad. So, Shedeur Sanders, really good. Now, Trevonte Rucker, first of all, I didn't even expect Trevonte Rucker to get playing time at all. Understand that. I thought Quadarius Davis, who did not make the trip to Miami, especially looking at his Instagram, I do not know why, but he did not make the trip to Miami. I thought Malachi Wideman, or any one of those freshmen would get on the field before Trevonte Rucker, but I was wrong. Trevonte Rucker got in, and not only, that boy played well. He dominated whoever was on him. It was clear whoever was on him, he just couldn't be stopped. Trevonte was back in his home state, and he was going to show out in front of his family, and he did just that, okay? Even though he only had 3 catches, he was targeted a lot more, but he only had 3 catches for 83 yards, and he averaged 27 yards a catch. When a play needed to be made, Trevonte Rucker made it. Thoroughly impressed with Trevonte Rucker. And while we're talking about the good, we got to talk about Joshua Lanier. Now, Joshua Lanier, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that in the bad. Matter of fact, we can talk about it now. He had one big drop that could have made the game. I think 14-3. I think it was at that point in the game. He had one big drop. I think Shedeur put the ball on the money. He fit that ball in between 2 defenders, and it was right in Joshua's vicinity. He caught it. It looked like he caught it. He was coming down with it, but he could not hold on to possession all the way through. So they ended up counting it as a drop. Now, I will say this. Joshua Lanier was a
2nd and 1. Falls back. Finds this man. Nice catch once again made. Now getting his chance here at Jackson State.
Yeah, right place to go with the football. If they're going to play some man-to-man coverage, you want to find the crossing route. Nice touch on the ball.
But even though he had no touchdowns, Joshua Lanier, he kept the chains moving for JSU. He was Shador's safety valve, surprisingly, because I always looked at Joshua Lanier as a big play, a deep threat kind of guy. Now, that's it for the good. Let's talk about the really good. The defense was really good. The defense, if I'm just judging by yesterday, y'all, the defense was all world. The defense was all world. I was saying Xavier Smith will get his yards. Xavier Smith is going to have his big plays, but they stopped Xavier Smith, bona fide NFL draft prospect. The secondary completely shut him down. He had 6 catches, but he only had 16 yards. Okay, and he wasn't having more than 2 yards per catch. That was his average, 2 yards per catch, and his longest reception was a 6-yard gain. They completely shut Xavier Smith down. I give so much credit to that defensive coordinator because he was on it. Yeah, he ain't the only one. Because trust me, the defense made them go 5 for 17 on 3rd down conversions. 5 for 17. And 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions. You can't ask for a better performance out of your defense, okay? That was really good. They had Rashawn McKay seeing ghosts out there. Like Sam Darnold said, dude was seeing ghosts, all right? There was one play when Rashawn McKay had a clean pocket. It was only a 3-man rush. Rashawn had a clean pocket, and he got so scared. He got so scared when nothing was coming to him, and he ran out prematurely before the play can even develop.
Running back. Now look at this pocket. Why is he leaving? Stay there. Stay there. He ran into a tackle, the line of scrimmage.
And then I think it ended up in a sack or at the very least a loss of downs. And I was just like, my God, that defensive line is getting after it. Those linebackers are getting after it. They were flying to the ball. Anybody who was watching the Jackson State documentary or docuseries with Dion, they know one of the main things. You would know one of the main things that they stressed was fly to the ball. Everybody fly to the ball. Remember, they were getting on Deshaun Warren during the film session because he was the only one walking instead of flying to the ball with everyone else. So they have been preaching that since the spring, and it's working out. It is working out. So that tells me, just from that little clip that I remember, it tells me that they are really beating this into the minds of their players, and it's, they're responding to it. The players are responding well to that teaching, and they're having it down packed, and everyone's flying to the ball. And can we please talk about Niles Gaddy? First of all, let me say this. All fans who were called delusional for believing Niles Gaddy would be all world before we had any tape on him, I'm not going to apologize because y'all still was a little crazy for that. But I was wrong. I will say that. I was wrong. Because, y'all were banging the table for Niles Gaddy from day one. Niles Gaddy's this. Niles Gaddy's going to do that. And he showed up. Ooh, Niles Gaddy showed up in a big way. Y'all should have seen him in that first quarter. What he had? Like 7 quarterback hurries? 7? Now, some of those he was free roaming. Okay, he went unblocked. But he still got there. And he still got in the face of Rashawn McKay early and often, which caused, or at least contributed greatly to Rashawn McKay having the bad game that he did. Niles Gaddy was going off, okay? Boy couldn't be stopped. And let's talk about Antoine Owens, because Antoine made them plays in the backfield when it needed to be made early in the game. Antoine, as big as he is, shot out that gap so fast, and my God, I mean, it was just over with. First of all, for a big boy to even move that fast, that's spectacular in itself. All right, hopefully they can do that next week versus ULM. Again, that is a big game because it is an FBS opponent, and a lot of people will say, well, ULM, they're not even that good. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. So do not go writing checks that you can't cash for JSU just yet, because we don't know how that game can go. And finally, we're going to talk about the bad. I was yelling at my TV. I was literally yelling at my TV all day. Well, all game. Because the offensive coordinator, I'm not gonna say the word. He frustrated the living hell out of me. Because my God, the run is not working. Why are you still forcing it? Why are you forcing it? Peyton Pickett is getting 4 yards a carry. Yes, I get it, and that's okay. But he's struggling for these yards. Like I'm not gonna say struggling, but he's really fighting for these yards. They ain't coming easy. In every single play, run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, bubble screen, run up the middle. Oh, 3rd and short, shallow cross. Shador looks for the shallow. Like, my God, open up the passing playbook, okay? Open up that side of things. Open up that offense. You did not recruit all those weapons at receivers to have them blocking 25 times a game. You did not start a freshman quarterback who is a pocket passer. He offers no ability running whatsoever to that offense. Like nothing. He offers no addition running. You did not start him just to run the ball 25 times in a game. If it's not working, it's not working. Okay? Peyton Pickett couldn't get it going. I hate to say it. He was getting some yards. Like I said, he averaged 4 yards a carry, but he couldn't get it going. Santee Marshall couldn't really get it going. I don't think any of them had an intermediate size run. Open up that passing game. Second, Shador. Boy, listen here. You did a great job passing, but I'm telling you right now, if you fumble inside that red zone again, it's gonna be problems. It's gonna be problems. Cause I was watching Corey Lyles on the sideline, the senior quarterback transfer from southeastern Missouri. I think southeastern Missouri. He was fired up. He was ready to go. He a real team player. And as good as you were passing, if you continue to fumble the ball like that and have mistakes like that, you might have to get benched. You might have to get benched till you get better at it. It's only one game. Only one game. But that can't happen again, especially not next week. The kicker. Oh my God, when he missed that first kick, as close as he could be, I had PTSD all over again. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening to Jackson State again. And I'm going to just leave it at that. And of course, the drops early on. The one that Joshua Lanier had, which could have really put them inside the red zone and set them up to score. A couple of people were dropping passes early on. Now, they did get it together. They did fix it. It was raining. I'll give them that. But I think y'all should have wore gloves. I think the gloves would have helped instead of hurt you in the rain. That's just my opinion. But that's all I have for the bad. Now, like I said, the FAMU video will be coming tomorrow. I'll be off tomorrow. I work night shift tonight, but I get off in the morning, and I'm off for 3 days. So I'll be able to put that video out for y'all. Yo, if y'all made it to the end of the video, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate you. All right. Y'all watching the CFL podcast. I go by the name of Kobe, and I'm out. Peace.